Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream and the real one? The real one.
Yo, what is going on? What's going on? It is your boy, Skywalker the Jedi, back at y'all with another one. Y'all already know what it is. It is night shift time with Mikey Sutton. We're here just like we said we was gonna be. Much love to Steel Nation, Cool Table family, and the Mikey verse. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with us, rocking out. Thank you very much. Hope y'all was digging that new countdown from your boy, the good Austin. He hooked your boy up. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty fire. But Mikey, how you feeling tonight? Go ahead and let the people know what's on your mind, Brody.
The Skrull invasion is here. Are you or are you not a Zack Snyder fan? Or are you a Skrull? Because we don't know anymore.
We don't know, Mikey.
Anymore, man. Welcome to Night
You don't
Shift.
know, Mikey. Hey, welcome to Night Shift. The Skrull invasion is here, bro. Oh my God. Is this art imitating life or life imitating art, Mikey? I don't know which one, bro.
Who can you trust, man?
Look, I'm giving out free money, right? I was like Jack Nicholson as the Joker. I was just watching that movie the other night. He said, "Who can you trust?"
I'm not the only one who's meta now. If you've seen The Flash, the Flash steals beer. He steals beer, dudes.
He steals beer, right? It was a lot of meta stuff in that movie, Mikey.
He's making fun of Eric Stoltz, being replaced by Michael J. Fox. How meta does this film get?
Oh my goodness!
And now
there's
a Skrull invasion going on right now in real time, man. It's weird.
Right before Secret Invasion comes out, right? It's crazy, right, Mikey?
Disney planned this. Well, Kevin Feige, you're a genius, man. You actually have a
marketing?
Secret Invasion.
Is this marketing, bro? Oh my God!
Secret Invasion of Snyder fandom. Was this deliberately done? It's brilliant.
I don't know. This is crazy, Mikey. Right? Man, look, it's getting hot in here. But as y'all know, thank you so much for being here. Yeah. We got a dope show planned for you guys tonight with some great topics, right? But you already know before we get to all that, we got some stuff to go over, right? Because we're on the road to 1K. You know what I'm saying? I gotta let y'all know we're on the road to 1K. So make sure that you're liking the content, subscribed, and hitting that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. Because we trying to bring dope stuff to y'all, and we going 5 days a week pretty soon, right? Oh my God, Mikey, I cannot wait for that, bro.
Insane. That's gonna get crazy.
I think it's gonna be a game changer once we on 5 nights per week. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. Right. So make sure that you guys are liking the content and subscribing, right? We're trying to hit that 1K before the end of the year, right?
We will do it.
Yeah. As y'all know, we still rocking, or I don't know, we gonna talk about it tonight. Are we still gonna be rocking with these hashtags after tonight? We gonna find out, right?
Yeah, you gotta tune in tonight because is Cell dead?
Is it dead?
Is it dead?
Right? Like, is it dead? Is it time for us to pack it up and go home? Right? We gonna find out.
I published this warning signal a few days ago. I said if the Flash flops, pretty much the Snyderverse is pretty much dead. Whatever future it has, it's hinging on the Flash. What's going on?
Right? Hey, so we gonna talk about it, right? But as for right now, we rocking with these hashtags, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see if we still rocking with them by the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, we still rocking with these hashtags, right? Sales ZSJL to Netflix, hashtag Sales Snyderverse to Netflix, right? The most effective way to see a conclusion. Wait, the only way. It ain't even the most effective way no more, Mikey.
Yeah. Well, I already tell you that the restore is dead. It's more dead now than a zombie, okay?
Oh my God.
Dead.
Deader than a doornail.
Any more made dead. It's dead, okay?
Hey. A bunch of y'all made sure of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you tried to make sure, but hey, you tried your best to make sure of that. So it's cool, but just if you want to rock with the only way to get a conclusion,
Yeah.
right? For right now, you know what I'm saying? Hashtag sales VHL to Netflix. Hashtag sales Spider-Verse to Netflix. We're gonna see what's up by the end of the show. Whether it's time to pack it up or whether we're gonna be keeping the lights on.
Yeah. I mean, even Jason Voorhees can't come back from the dead this time.
Oh
Even
my God!
Even Michael Myers can't be restored. So-
Okay. Reboot time for Michael Myers, right?
Exactly. Exactly. But it's still relevant. See,
Is it relevant? Oh man,
I was scaring you guys the other day, and I was like, okay, we got a show tonight, so I gotta say it. Is it bourbon or is it wine tonight, guys?
We gonna find out, right? But we ask that if you are rocking out with these hashtags, that you follow the rules of engagement, which are number one, be positive. Number two, do not mix these hashtags with others. And number three, do not tag, mention, quote tweet, reply to, or anything like that. Anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to James Gunn and anybody else over there, right?
I'll give you a hint. I'm gonna shock Sky tonight for sure. Man. I'm not gonna say why, but he's gonna get shocked. He doesn't know. Sky has no idea I'm gonna say tonight. You guys, all you got was a menu. That was it.
Look, that's all I ever get, y'all. All I ever get is the topics. That's it. Like, that's all I get, and I don't ask no more questions because I'm gonna find out when the rest of y'all do. Just so y'all can get my genuine reactions. Because look, y'all need that genuine reaction, right? We also ask that you subscribe to ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube, and that you are also following ZSJL to Netflix on Twitter, right? This Saturday, right, we will be having was it a part 5? Yes, part 5 of Cartoons and Cereal, right? We took last Saturday off because we did the Flash spoiler review. 6 hours we talked about that film.
Man.
Right? Had a full panel, bunch of guests, lively conversation for the whole time, right? So yes, it was a full spoiler review breakdown, so check that out, right? But that was a great conversation, Mikey.
No, I would just the amount of time you put into this, guys, is blows me away, dude. Seriously, that's devotion. So Sky's not a scroll, okay? Even though they both have SK in their name, okay? But he's no scroll. He's no alien, so. Make sure you never know, man.
You never know. I might be a reptilian, you know what I'm saying? Like some kind of right. I need those glasses from They Live, Mikey. That's what I need. That's what I need.
We need those, man. If you're a Steiner fan, you gotta have those They Live glasses on, man.
He's like, whoa, man, this is wacky, right?
I was thinking, remember, so it's so today. He goes, man, it's getting weird out there. I had no idea it was this weird, Sky. This is really weird.
Told you, man. Told you, right? You got people making fun of Zack Snyder seeing the Flash. I was like, what? Like, whoa. Like, what? Like, why are we? What's going on?
Well,
right?
I'm not sure if I made this. I think it was just you and I, Sky. I said over a week ago, I said, Sky, Zach is going to endorse the Flash.
Yes, you did.
And sure enough, he did.
Right? You absolutely said that, Mikey.
Yeah. So
it happened, right? And
should I say it now? I think I'll go ahead and say it now because what I heard is that Ezra Miller is going to work with Zack Snyder again on Netflix for Rebel Moon spinoff or one of his IPs over there. That they are going to work together again. So if you don't like Ezra Miller, tough. Ezra Miller is going to be working with Zach again. Anyway, I'll leave it at that.
Right. But hey, here we are, right? This is oh my god, he said Ben 10, bro. Oh my goodness, y'all killing me, bro, in the chat. But yes. So we got yes, cartoons and cereal. We are figuring out where that's gonna be right now. But stay tuned because we will be bringing that back this Saturday at
Awesome.
7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. Cartoons and cereal. We're gonna be starting up season one of Justice League Unlimited.
Oh, I love that show.
Right.
Oh my god, that might have been my favorite of the Justice League shows. That's had to have the Huntress in the question, right? And
Yes.
okay, yeah. So
That is the
yeah,
one.
love that series, man. Great stuff. But Sky, we
That
haven't, we haven't spoken in a while.
no,
In
we haven't.
the time in between, the last night shift and now, I saw the Flash, and you and I
Mm,
have not discussed my thoughts on the film. I had a show with Sil Abdul on Rose Gallery about it.
hmm
Um, you raved about the film. You saw it earlier. I could have saw it last Monday. I couldn't go.
hmm
I was, but Warner Bros. Discovery. I was like, man, they're getting desperate here. I couldn't make that press screening. They gave me a free pass, dude. So I was like, wow, you really want me to see this film? And I was like, me of all people, there's nobody who's bashed Warner Brothers more than I have in the past couple of years. And you're gonna have the Rooster in the Hen House there, sure, why not? But no, I love the Flash. It is a spectacular film. It's a lot of fun. I actually like the falling babies. I thought that was hysterical.
Hey, I like that. Yo, I like that scene too, Mikey.
It was
Like I
funny
came
as
from
hell.
and we had that back and forth,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get a bunch of people on
yeah,
the panel because I wanted a bunch of us kind of having that conversation.
yeah,
And Leon didn't like it, and we had that talk, right? But
yeah,
yeah, like I had liked that scene too, Mikey.
yeah.
You can't even front.
My what I love about that scene. Well, I love the way it was shot and everything. It was just hysterical. Very clever scene. But what I loved about it is that he was hungry and he was eating while he was saving the babies. I just he grabbed a hot dog, put a baby in the microwave, and there's some really funny scenes in there. Um,
Bro, when it seemed like he was going to go get the baby, and then because like in my screening, I
yeah,
feel like the baby was like closer to the vending machine, so
yeah.
it really looked like he was about to go for the baby, and then he actually went to the vending machine and buzzed through there and just started munching. I started rolling as soon as I
I was
had saw that.
so funny. Um, and it was so cleverly done, And when I reviewed the Suicide Squad with Sil years ago, I said I have this pet peeve about buildings falling in superhero films. This is such a cliche, or people falling from buildings. You see it over and over again. Here is a very clever way of doing that in its own unique way, right? And
Yeah.
really, the choreography was it was genius. The way that Andy directed that scene, um, and it was just really funny. It was like some comic relief early on. It's a flash. It's not supposed to be dark and serious. It's well
Yeah.
it became dark and when it had to be. Um,
Yeah. When
characters
he's
were
saving the
genius.
babies and then he looked over and he saw the dog, I was like, oh my God, bro. I was like, yeah, it was a dog too, bro. Therapy dog. I was
That
rolling.
was great, Therapy Dog. That was a great scene. So I had a lot of fun. The opening was great. I mean, you have Ben Affleck just being awesome in that scene. There's so much great stuff. Um, that hooked me in right away, and I was hooked into the film. Do I have some issues with it? Yeah, I don't think the evil Flash. I don't think that worked at all. It was just kind of thrown in there. Um, and I think Zod, they could have done more with Zod. But otherwise, just a really great movie, and go see it, guys. It's very, very entertaining. I thought Ezra Miller was brilliant. Each of those berries had their own distinct personality and look, and I love when he was. I love when he was trying to argue with one another. I thought that was really well done. Sky, right back. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah. I really liked it. I saw it again last night, so I've seen it a total of 3 times now. And yeah, my score pretty much stayed the same, right? You know, because I was going back and forth. At at first, I was like, oh, is it like an 8.5 or like a 9? Then I settled on 8.5. Then earlier, I was like, it's probably more between like 8.5 and 8, but I think I'm gonna settle on 8.5 still for me. I had a lot of fun with it. Uh, the baby shower scene was hilarious, right? And for for me, it was funny because this the third time that I saw it, I realized that people were talking about the CGI and like the Speed Force and everything. If anything, like was looking weird to me, CGI wise, it was like very suit in a couple of spaces, right? Where it looked kind of like rubbery or kind of Gumby, like should I say? But it wasn't the Speed Force stuff. Like I didn't mind that stuff at all, right? Especially when you're seeing it on the big screen. So yeah, when it came to CGI, there was other stuff that I had problems with CGI wise, or that like really stood out to me. I was really trying to focus this last time on like which Ezra Miller is actually playing Ezra. No, which Barry is being played by Ezra in the scene, or like which main Barry is it? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I feel so tongue tied talking about these two Ezras, but y'all get what I'm saying. And I noticed that early on when they first meet, older Barry, like Ezra is playing older Barry, like for the majority of the time, like after they first meet, and then when they shift over to like, especially like the second act and like latter stages of the second act, actually, Ezra starts playing the young Barry more, right? They start using those takes more.
Yep.
So it was very interesting, kind of seeing which Barry that they wanted you to really focus on in
Mm-hmm.
certain parts of the film.
You're right. That's a great point. And tonally, I know there are some people who have issues with the tone. Um, it actually reminds me, so perfect that you're reviewing my Justice League cartoons, because the tone reminds me of. It's got that it was humorous when it needed to be, it was serious when it needed to be. It had that combination of action and humor and drama. Very well done, I thought. It's a DC film, guys. What were you expecting? you know?
Yeah, what's funny is it actually was very reminiscent of the Justice League cartoon. Like
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
been sitting there, we have been literally watching these cartoons recently, and it was the same,
yeah. It's
right?
exactly the same. Yeah.
Like Batman, right? Yeah, and I was like, yo, well, Batfleck rather. I was like, yo, that's right out of the Justice League cartoons. Like he was supposed to be getting to this point, right? Like where he could be more relaxed and he was around the Justice League more,
Yeah.
right? And he could kind of be himself a little bit more, but still be Batman,
That
which he clearly was. Yeah.
last scene with the Ben Affleck, when after he gives the Ezra Miller that speech and he walks into his car, that is totally out of Bruce Tim. That's a Bruce Tim,
Maybe
Bruce
some of
Wayne.
the time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally Bruce Tim's Batman. I'm like, well, it's not Snyder. No, it's Bruce Tim's Batman. That's what we're seeing there. I think Ben
Which
Affleck got
literally Snyder was influenced by, right,
exactly.
Mikey? Like it's crazy.
Snyder would have gotten that point had he been able to continue. He would have been able to deliver this Batman to you, but he got cut short, right? so,
he was already getting there in ZSJL, Mikey.
Yeah, he's already on his way. Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like he was already literally like on his way to being like, just like he was in this film because it was so reminiscent of the cartoons. Like we've
Yeah.
literally been watching them recently. So I don't even want to hear that argument because we literally been watching them. Right? Like
I know the watch alongs because of the whole Netflix connection with Cell, but damn, it really you can see the influence in this movie, Sky. You really can. It reminded me of. I was having so much fun. Even the action scenes were something out of Justice League, a cartoon. I mean, especially when Wonder Woman shows up and they're kind of flirting at each other. And I'm like, it's straight out of a cartoon. The smile was totally. Come on, Ben Affleck has to have known. That was intentional. He gave that Bruce Tim Batman grin. Come on, with the jaw and everything. I was like, dude, you know what you're doing.
right. Yo, it was man, look. I feel like it was a great film. Of course it's not perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's one of those things where I enjoyed it much more than I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%.
I guess Zack Snyder was not supposed to like this movie. I guess he was not supposed to endorse this movie, Scott.
I guess he wasn't supposed to, man. That wasn't supposed to happen, Mikey. But I feel like we were kind of getting prepared for this because I had kind of been seeing those sentiments rumbling, right, where people would say things like, "Oh, I don't care if Zack Snyder does say that he likes the Flash." And I was like, okay, right, like I thought, that we were all in this together. We were supposed to be rocking out with Zach, right? We supposed to be, trying to see what he's trying to push and right and all that stuff. But no, Mikey, I guess not. Right?
Well, you see, we're not supposed to listen to Zach Sky. We're supposed to read Twitter to see what others
feel
that he really and Zach can't go against their narrative, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
It's weird. What I like best about this movie, Sky, and things I did not expect to like. My favorite cameo was Nicolas Cage. I lost my shit, dude.
Right.
I knew it was gonna happen, but damn, they
Oh,
actually pulled that off. And for those who don't know, in Kevin Smith's script, he fought a giant spider. Like, what's a giant spider doing in there? But the producers of John Peters, I want Superman to fight a giant spider for no reason at all. He just wanted a giant spider in there. So that's why you have Superman fighting a giant spider. And I was like, oh my god, they finally got that on film. And I just wish John Schnapp was still alive. Collider co-host who made a film called Superman Lives about the Nicolas Cage movie. And I wish
the death of Superman Lives. What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Yes.
And wish he had lived to have seen this.
That'd have been dope.
That'd have been dope. And so another scene too, the George Clooney scene. He looked cool. He looked really cool as Bruce Wayne. I'm like, I love that scene. I shouldn't have, but I did. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna cringe. And like, no, he looked badass.
Right.
So, okay, the CGI. I really didn't have too many issues with it. I'm not really a special effects person. I can't really tell if something is really bad or not. Look, guys, I go way back. I mean, I saw films back in the 70s. Okay, don't talk special effects to me.
Right? He's like, yo, come on, man. He's like, I saw Spartacus in theater now.
Come on, man. He's a
special effects, right?
I saw Godzilla movies in theaters, okay? And I mean, Man in Suit, okay? So don't give me special effects. I grew up on Doctor Who, okay? I had like 3-part level special effects.
Right?
I mean, Doctor Who from the 70s, not now. I mean,
right? He said, nah, not that current shit, like old school Doctor Who, right?
Like Tom Baker. I mean, come on. So, I was actually the Christopher Reeve moment. I know people think it's ghoulish. I was very moved to see him with Helen Slater, although the CGI was not good there either. But I just the idea of it was very moving to me. Um, I think Zod had a great suggestion. He was with Sil the other night saying they should have just clipped the scene from Superman 2 where he's just waving to the camera, and that would have been brilliant. Like in the Speed Force, he runs past Chris Reeve like waving to him. That would have been very beautiful. But I love the fact they have Helen Slater in there now. Like if you're old enough, when Supergirl came out, Helen Slater, we always wanted to see her with Christopher Reeve. It never happened. Supergirl flopped. At a time, and Supergirl flopped again with this one, unfortunately. But Sasha Kaye was great. So overall, I'll give it an 8.5. I think it's much better. I love Black Adam. It's better than Black Adam, I think. Certainly, hell of a lot better than Wonder Woman 84. Better than Birds of Prey. Better than Shazam. The Cinema Score we'll talk about that Sky Guy really, really startled me. A B? Are you serious? Like you're putting Shazam 2 above this movie, which I find very
Crazy.
odd.
That's what I'm saying, Mikey. It's just like everything with this movie has just been wacky. It's been wacky this whole time.
It's just
all these screenings, right? Like it's just I don't know, man. It's just like
I know. But we'll discuss that tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. Right now, let's tap in with the sponsors and see what they're talking about, and then we'll come back with the first topic.
Okay, sounds good.
Steppenwolf, have you begun the conquest?
Mikey.
Oh yeah.
Man, when I saw this, Mikey, I was like, man, I already know where this is going. Obviously, because the fallout from this Flash film box office, but I already know where. Hey, lay it on them, Mikey. What are we talking about?
Yeah, for those musically inclined, I was listening to Goodbye Girl by Squeeze, and I thought of Hey Goodbye Gal. And so, yeah, she's gone.
Yeah.
This is the last time you're going to see her as Wonder Woman. And I think the outcome, we already kind of knew this, but The Flash was going to give her that one chance,
Mm-hmm.
But no, she's done. I mean, there was a chance maybe if the film had done well that we're going to see her again in the Flash franchise. There's no sequel.
Oh no,
it's toast. There's no restore the Snyderverse at WBD. No, it's not going to happen. And that was the last we will see of her as Amazonian. She's going to go off and do whatever thing. And THR had that report that came out, I think, a few days ago or yesterday, a few days ago, where it's revealed. They revealed on Sky that the first thing that James Gunn and Peter Safran
First order of business.
First order of business was to cancel Man of Steel 2 and Wonder Woman 3. That was the first thing they did. Adios.
Yep.
Look. Wow. I mean, guys like James Gunn?
Right. First order of business. Right. First thing on the docket. No Man of Steel 2.
Yep.
No Wonder Woman 3.
Yep.
First order of business. First thing through the door. So that should really tell you, right? When you're hearing things like, oh, I didn't fire Henry Cavill.
Yeah. You lied. He flat out lied.
You lied. Just like you lied when you told people Ben Affleck was going to be directing something in the universe.
Absolutely not, right? Bruce.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. That's a problem when you try to That's the problem when you try to present yourself as a paragon of truth and then you're not,
Man,
because the lies look really bad. That's
yeah.
the point. He lied, guys, and you know, especially about we didn't fire Henry. You just fired Henry Cavill. First order of business was canceling Man of Steel 2. How is that not firing?
I wonder if he's gonna go out there and debunk that,
Yeah, Boris
right?
Kit. Try debunking Boris Kit.
Hey, I think he should go debunk Boris Kit, right? Hey, because he be debunking people, right? That's what he be doing, right?
Yeah,
He
he
be
tried
jumping in the
to.
Twitter streets,
Yeah,
right? Why don't you hop in that thread, bro? Real quick. You know what I'm saying? Go hop in there, right? This is the wackiest thing I've ever heard.
So he wanted his own Superman. Remember he was saying, let's not forget Sky before his first order of business before he announced anything. He said, tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. We're get an idea of what you guys want. So he lives in bizarre world and gives you the opposite of what you want. Obviously he wasn't reading or he didn't care. Because he would have known that all of you wanted Cavill back. All of you wanted Man of Steel 2. Did not want a reboot. So what was the whole point of him asking that question? You ask people what they want, and then you don't even listen to them. No, what you really want is Creature Commandos, right?
Yeah. That's, you know what, Mikey? I think that got the most votes. I think that when he polled Twitter, Creature Commandos was like, yo, first option. Everybody was clamoring, you know what I'm saying, for Creature Commandos and Dr. Phosphorus.
Let me ask you guys this question. Was there anything in that slate that wasn't there before he asked that? His slate was already done before he even asked that question. Creature Commandos was there. You already written it.
Right?
You're working on it. And so what was there that people asked for? That he added? Nothing.
So why even ask?
Why even ask? Right? Why even ask? Because no one asked for Creature Commando. Did they ask for a Waller limited series? Did you guys ask for that?
Hey, I'm sure that was probably second on the poll, Mikey. Right? Everybody wanted a Waller. Everybody wanted a Waller show. And you want to know what was third, Mikey? Peacemaker season 2.
There you go. We couldn't wait, man.
So people was asking for Creature Commandos, a Waller series, and Peacemaker season 2. For sure. Right?
Unanimous vote, dude. Unanimous vote, man.
Unanimous vote. Hey, don't even count them. Right? It's already done.
And then he tried to cancel Constantine 2, which everybody wanted. And the only reason why that is kept alive is because of Mike DeLuca. It's the only reason why it's still around. No, you guys don't want Keanu Reeves back as Constantine. No, you guys don't want that.
Yeah. Right? Nobody want Constantine 2. Right? It don't matter if Keanu Reeves is hot as fish grease right now with the John Wick series, right? And all that. It don't matter. Yeah, we don't want Constantine 2, y'all. We want the Authority.
Oh yeah. By popular demand, we'll give you the Authority. And he's gonna put the Authority in Superman Legacy. Really?
Right? And Mixo Spitlick, right?
There you
go. And Crypto, right?
Hey man.
Oh my God. Y'all thought Falling Babies was wacky? Right? Wait till we get into Talking Dog, man. Oh my goodness.
Especially if it's actually like the image.
Yo. Oh my goodness. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't even want to picture that, Mike.
Yeah, Steven, you're right. No, Gunn is not making it worse.
Yeah. Because, hey, look, man. Mikey, especially after watching The Flash,
yeah,
and like seeing the reactions of people, especially after like I got to see like the real ending twice and the post credit scene and everything. Literally, you can say without a shadow of a doubt that his additions to this movie are some of the worst parts, especially the post credit scene. Yo,
oh God,
Mikey,
yeah.
Mikey, I've seen it. It was twice. The second time, I didn't even stay for the post credit scene because I already knew what was going to happen. I already knew, right?
Yeah.
But both times, Mikey, when the like little credits roll and after the whole dog falling scene happens, and they're all, you know, it's kind of funny, and it says the Flash, right? Everybody clapped. Everybody clapped. And it was happy and it was energetic, right?
Yeah.
When that post-credit scene ended, it was dead silent. 100% dead silent. Everybody just walked out. And I was like, damn, like no reaction. I saw it last night. At the end of the movie, got a great reaction, people clapping. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just leave because I already know what's gonna happen. Like, they're just gonna get dead silent and or say something wacky and then walk out.
No,
so
I heard people groan, like audibly groan at that scene, like, oh God, is this how he's gonna treat the Snyderverse characters? You know,
right? But hey. I think it was on purpose, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll say, oh, hey guys, right, this is what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Right, this is what we're going to be doing, right? You guys don't like the Snyderverse because it's too dark, right? We're going to add in a little bit of wackiness, right? Right, guys? This is what you guys like, right?
you know, Josh, that 2 scene, I'm sure that was Gunn. I'm sure that was Gunn. This really wacky. Just like, oh my God, yeah.
He said, like I waited around for this. Real talk, right? Oh no, Richie Lopez says this post credit or Morbius, which is worse? No, it's probably this.
It's this.
Yeah, it was this. Right, but hold up. I had the Bishop here saying the Flash really resonated with me because my mom's nickname for me was Monkey, just like Barry. Right? Oh man, crazy.
And that's a very moving scene. Every scene with his mom was very moving. In this film, that was very well done. I thought I could have done without seeing Ezra naked. Oh,
Lawlessness said over here trying to recall the last time Feige was in a social media war with the fandom. Hey, but look, James, I don't know if y'all know, all right, but James Gunn is the White Knight, right? He is coming here to bring order and peace throughout the DC fan base, all right? You know what I'm saying? He is going to unite everybody. Right, they're all gonna fall under his rule. Right, we're all gonna go along with this thing, y'all. So I don't know why y'all tripping. Y'all just get along with it, right? Let's just hop on the train, guys. Let's hop on the wacky train, guys.
when the Flash flopped the sky, it immediately reminded me of the Squid and Watchmen. See, this is why you need me. I'll be the White Knight because you know.
Right? Like, hey guys, I'll be
your savior from the Squid, right?
I'm totally here to save you guys from the Squid, guys. I'm telling you, you guys need me. I promise you that you need me. Like, I'm the only one that can fix this, guys. You know? Right? This is crazy. This is what, look, man. How does everybody not see what happened? Like, this dude literally. His parts made the movie worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, his movie flopped, right, in theaters, right? Didn't get the best reception, you know what I'm saying? Especially from the DC fan base. But I guess That's just because we're fractious, right? I guess the people that watched their movie that didn't like it, it's just because we're fractious, right? Like that's why we didn't like your film, right? And so we get to this point now where you literally take over and your additions are like clearly making the movie worse.
Yeah.
But then, hey, you don't get to take the blame for it because hey, it was all here before I really got here, y'all. And this ain't my DCU, this ain't my Flash, right? This is Zack stuff, right? So we were gonna make the ending a little wacky and the post credit scene a little wacky, right? To leave a little bit of a sour taste in y'all mouth,
Well, like I said,
right?
drop the squid, right? It wasn't me that we were under attack. We're under attack. I'm here to say the
right. We're here, and I'm the only one with the cure. You know what I'm saying, right? I'm the only one with the cure, right? So yeah, but look, I'm not shocked that we're at this state right now, Mikey, where we have seen the last of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman theatrically.
You know what, though, Sky? I feel sorry for George Clooney because he has destroyed another DC franchise.
Right?
He is cursed, man. He is a DC curse. He's a franchise killer.
Right? Hey,
oh my god.
But maybe that's why he was brought back. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
maybe James Gunn was like, aha, I found my squid. You know, George Clooney was the squid.
Hey, see?
Even though it was his idea. Brilliant plan, you know?
Hey, guys. You guys like my plan?
Yeah, well.
You guys like my sleep? You guys like my sleep?
You can't stop me. I launched it 5 minutes ago.
Right? Hey, it's been launched 5 minutes ago. It's already self-aware, right?
There you go.
So yeah. So here we are, right? But you know, I think that Gal Gadot definitely set the standard for what we're expecting from here going out as Wonder Woman. She played that role with such grace and dignity and power and like just, oh my God, humanity, heart, like everything that you could want from a Wonder Woman. Gal exhibited that, and I'm just glad that we got her in theaters in this role, and that we got to experience that
exactly one great solo
one more time.
Yeah. And unfortunately, but she's gone, and so is Sasha Calle. That's gone as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, but hey, Supergirl, right? I'm just kidding.
What'd you say, Mikey?
So we're gonna see Jennifer Holland as Supergirl right now. I'm
right.
Just kidding. I hope I'm kidding. Sometimes I make a joke and it comes true, like the Hypno Hustler and Donald Glover. Sony decided to greenlit it as a movie. I was joking, Sonny. I was joking. Okay.
Right.
You just never know, man. It's wacky. It's just wacky.
Hey, it's all good. Because I think that Gal's gonna land on her feet just fine. She already has that movie. Was it A Heart of Stone? And coming out on Netflix. I think that she's gonna do just fine, just fine.
I'm sure that Marvel's got a bunch of mutants that she could play.
Oh, right. Yeah, because why not? Because why not?
Why not?
Because why not? Right? Because why not? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Mikey, anything else on the Gal topic before we move on to the next one, bro?
Next one, yeah.
All right, let's get a word from the sponsors real quick.
Yes. Mighty Steppenwolf, who might have sat here by the side of the Great One, but undone by his self-pride.
Mikey.
Keep liking and subscribing, people.
Mikey. Hey, yo. KFTU.
Here's the
It's
bourbon.
justified. Hey,
Here's the
it's
bourbon.
justified, Mikey.
The squid works, Sky. The squid worked. You know, he's a hero. He's a hero, and he's gonna save them from more flops like this. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's an ingenious plan. so,
Ingenious.
so I had an article which not many people pay attention to. I said the Flash flops. His reboot is justified to them, not to us. We think it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sure enough, Flash flops. And God, thank God we hire you, James Gunn. Thank God.
Right.
You know, you're gonna save us from more flops like this. It's exactly what it is. I mean, you can't tell them now that you should have restored the Snyderverse. No, because we had a Snyderverse in the Flash and the flop.
Yeah.
You know, the
Right.
message is clear, Sky, to these executives who are looking at it from purely financial level.
That's all they can look at it from, Mikey.
Yeah,
Like,
they're not
man, I was just about to say that, and I've been seeing it as a fan base a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, we find it hard to kind of separate you know, the fan feelings about how this stuff should be going versus you know, the business side of it, right? Because with the business side of it being so cut and dry, like you can't get caught up in your emotions over this stuff, yo. Right? Like, to these execs, it looks as if you just had this entire cast, the whole Justice League pretty much in this film, and it did not bring a return, and it was in fact a massive loss. So why would they pour more money into that going forward, right? All this did is solidify the fact that they will not be restoring the Snyderverse over on the Warner Brothers side. Like, that's all that this did, like, for sure.
Well, you know, the whole saying that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yeah.
How many times have they tried to bring back the Snyderverse actors and characters, and the last 4 times have been flops? The Suicide Squad, like James Gunn, ironically. Wonder Woman 84, right? Birds of Prey had Margot Robbie in it as well. Black Adam, game. They've all been bombs.
What are you gonna say? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you gonna say? And I was with him, Mikey, right when the quality of these films were like not there, right? But then once things started getting better with like Black Adam, and then now recently with this Flash movie, I mean, there was no reason in the execs' eyes for this movie to not be a hit, Mikey. They put a lot of they got the Super Bowl spot, the NBA Finals, and the Stanley Cup, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
They did all 3, right? They poured money into marketing, right? So for this should have been a massive return, right? And it just wasn't. So
I mean, look, it shocked even me how badly this film did. Remember when that whole 70 million estimate came out?
And we were like, what?
You know, I was being told, well, they're advance tickets and, you know, so on and so forth. And yeah, that made sense at the time, but man, this was just shocking to me. And you know, especially how good the film sucked. Okay, yeah, it sucked. It was Shazam 2, right? But how did Shazam 2 get a better cinema score than
Makes no sense. Makes no sense.
That's really weird, you know, of all things. But yeah, you know, the Flash really, really tumbled. I thought, okay, at least we'll get 70 million out of this. No, not even that. And we're gonna go into the autopsy tonight as well about what I heard from 2 sides why this film flopped, and it's gonna maybe shock some of you, maybe some others, but at least surprising nonetheless. But all of you guys are expecting Restore from Warner Brothers. No, it was already dead before. Sky and I kept talking about it before, how Cello's the only way. They're definitely not going to restore it now. You know, after all the money they plunked into this and still didn't make enough. You know,
No, right? Hey, so business wise, makes no sense.
it's,
Makes no sense, especially for them, right? So, hey, I don't think
and,
that this should be shocking for anybody. This shouldn't be shocking news. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and the fact that um, James Gunn has this reboot that was being questioned. Like, are you sure about this? Now they're like, okay, you're right. Maybe we really need to move on.
He
Um,
announced the reboot early, right? Made these movies
yeah,
null and
yeah,
void. Yeah, right. Like it's just so many things, right? That just kind of brought this to fruition,
yeah,
and it really started with announcing the reboot. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that's really
yeah,
when
yeah.
everything kind of started. So,
That's a big part of all this too. Um, and you gotta analyze it. Go back. What really killed DCEU? It was Justice.
Justice League, yo, hundred
That was
percent,
it. That was it. That really killed it. Because if you look at the performance of BVS, like Zaza would kill for numbers like it. Can you imagine if the Flash did BVS numbers right now? What 800 something million worldwide? Which it would be a billion now. Justice for
right?
Abortion. It would have been a billion.
Right?
I mean, over 100 million opening weekend. Can you imagine if film did numbers? They'd be doing cartwheels right now.
Hundred
Um,
percent. If any of these films did, right? But it just you see what happened, right?
yeah,
And they
yeah,
made that choice. And I've been saying this for quite some time. The Zack Snyder's story of like him and his Justice League movie and what happened with that will go down as like one of the all-time,
yeah,
probably the biggest fumble in Hollywood history.
yeah,
Probably like
yeah.
that'll be the biggest blunder in Hollywood history. And I've been saying it, right? And you are seeing it coming to fruition even still right now. 100%.
Yeah, but here is a problem. Still, is just because something is rebooted doesn't mean it's
I
gonna
mean,
make
it's
it
gonna work,
successful.
right?
Exactly. Um, let's look at the track record. He did Suicide Squad. It was a huge bomb. They lost over $100 million on that one. Saffron produced Shazam 2, another bomb. Um, what kind of track record are we looking at here? Peacemaker? Yeah, it's a TV show. Look at Greg Berlanti different based on a TV show.
YouTube numbers didn't
YouTube
even
numbers.
crack a million. Didn't even crack a million, I don't think, Mikey.
That's pretty
Right?
bad, dude. That's bad.
And it was like, oh, it's like 607 some thousand. I was like, bro, that's YouTube numbers.
That's YouTube numbers. That's like like everything always gets a million. Used to get a million views on their YouTube.
Right? Real, real talk.
You know it's sad when MCU news gets more views than Peacemaker.
Come on, yo. Look,
Tell you.
hold up. Let me check these likes real quick because we need to hit 50 likes for real, for real. Because if not, I'm not gonna give y'all that last drop. And we got enough people in the chat right now for that to happen. So
Keep liking people. Keep liking.
let me see.
Because if not, only
Oh
Sky's gonna
nah,
get it.
they playing with the likes, man. See, but we got to hit 50. But yeah, Mikey. Look, in totality, I'm not really shocked that this is happening,
Yeah.
and so I feel that going forward, just like when I was kind of thinking about the cell movement in the early
Yeah.
stages, and I was like, yo, I have to respect that they're gonna reboot. This is just, even more so
Yeah.
that actual like kind of like nail in the coffin for this thing being restored over
Yeah.
at WB.
Yeah. But why did this film bomb? I have the answers. or I think are the answers. I've been told by both insiders at Warner and insiders at Rival Studio. What really happened here? Because all in all, Sky, you and I had talked about this. Me and Scylla talked about this. Our theory were the antis and the Snyder onlys. We're gonna kill this film. But what I was told, Sky, is something different and pretty shocking, but it should be obvious. But you and I live in the Snyder world, live in a comic book media world, whereas the general public is something else entirely. I was told, Sky, the number one culprit why this film tanked is the most obvious one. It's Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Ezra Miller. There are so
you
many
know what's funny?
people. Yeah.
Real quick, Mikey, something funny. I knew it was bad when I got a homie that don't even be into all that, and he told me that he knew about the Ezra stuff, and I was like, oh, like this is kind of reaching people that it doesn't normally reach. But go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was told the tabloids were constantly on Ezra Miller. I don't read tabloids. I don't know. All I read is a comic book site. So I live in this kind of echo chamber, if you will. I know what clickbait is for them. I don't read tabloids, but he told me that on conservative talk radio, there was a lot of flack about Ezra Miller from when all his alleged crimes are being committed, and it was brought up again. And not talking about stealing beer either. I'm talking about the whole grooming allegations. That was a big one. That was a big one, especially in the South. The Flash did best in the West Coast. Did you know that? It was tilted towards the West Coast.
You know what, Mikey? Which is weird, or not weird. That makes sense because everybody kept talking about how their theaters weren't full. I was like, there was a lot of people seeing this movie when I went to the theater, like both times, literally both times. Last night we actually had to get tickets in the second row because you couldn't even get two tickets next to one another throughout the entire theater, right? So. This film, I think that, it's funny that you say that because that's actually something that I was actually seeing in real time living in LA. But go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I mean, and I kind of our site's been very positive about the Flash in general. Of all DC projects, we were pretty positive about the Flash. We mentioned Ezra Miller, but again, they're just allegations. I mean, it's like for him stealing beer, was he ever really charged with anything, right? And so we kind of played it cool. We just didn't realize it would sink its teeth into the general public like that. It did. It stuck. He could not get the stigma, all those allegations. Out of his personal image, it was stuck on the Sky, and we thought it vanished because we weren't seeing it in the comic book sites for a long time. That's how we look at the tabloids, the conservative talk radio. I was told that religious groups were sending email chains about how avoiding Ezra didn't help. The red carpet thing didn't help. They were just completely disgusted by seeing them there. There is a huge part of the general audience that we're not a part of because we're comic book fans that got past. Like, you really wanted to see this film, no matter what. We wanted to see it succeed. But people could not get over Ezra Miller. And apparently, according to all the research, internal research, it was Ezra Miller that really. Overall, there are other factors, Sky, which I'll get into a second here, but overall, it was Ezra Miller. That was it. I mean, couldn't get past that. And how can you promote a film with Ezra Miller if he couldn't do any PR? And there was very little PR in this film. Yeah, Sacha Kaye showing up in obscure talk shows and stuff, but there's no "Good Morning America. Here is Ezra Miller to discuss." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no late night talk show appearances by Ezra Miller. Nothing. What could they have done? They were kind of stuck with this, and unfortunately, that was a big part of why this film did not click. And then one thing, Sky, when the demographics came in, I was concerned when I saw it was 73% male. That concerned me already. I'm like, holy shit, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. I mean, you need more women to see this film because they're gonna bring their kids. Not the guys. The guys aren't the ones who usually bring their kids. It's the moms. The moms are gonna bring their kids, and that's what creates a big box office. And so I asked why. Well, what? Why is it so skewed towards males? Well, women don't like Ezra Miller for the most part. Again, because of the whole grooming stuff, and moms, no. I mean, that was a large part of it. Michael Keaton was just too old. And again, the whole tabloid thing. I know people laugh at this, but there are women who just don't like Ben Affleck. The whole cheating on the babysitter, cheating with the babysitter. That was not good. I mean, we can't underestimate that because those tabloids reach millions of people that we just because we don't read them doesn't mean other people don't read them either. So there's nothing really for women in this film to latch on to.
Right.
And that's why they said, if they had recast the Flash, maybe it could have done better. Yeah, actually, but there's no way they could have. I mean, like $100 million, I mean, how much money are you going to spend on this movie? They had to go with what they had.
Hey, Yeah. I see it. I'm not sure if releasing these other movies this year is going to be. I don't know, Mikey. We're going to see, but we'll see.
Word of mouth came out that Ezra Miller's naked in the movie. That just made it worse. That just made it worse. Like, you're gonna tell some moms, "Oh, Ezra Miller's just his butt." Like, no. There's some groomer's butt in the movie. No. I mean, so
you add all this stuff up. You add it all together, Mikey.
Add it all up. It's just toxic. It's toxic, and then you add the fact that DC is just a damaged brand overall, and this is why Gunn should worry because Superman Legacy, dude, that trailer has to knock it out of into the solar system. It has to be that good because people don't trust DC, dude. They don't trust DC. And then you want to talk antis. What about those people who are pissed that the Cavill's gone? The Henry Cavill fans are bigger. There's more of them than Snyder fans who are pissed off.
Did you see his reaction at Netflix to them, Mikey? The crowd went insane.
Oh yeah! Oh my god, he looks awesome.
Insane, right? But hey, right? TikTok Superman incoming.
And talking Doc Crypto, don't forget.
With the red cape, right? Oh my goodness.
So you throw all this in together, but I was told that the anti-Snyder, I mean the antis and the Snyder onlys, they had some effect, but there's too small of a crowd. It was really Ezra that was just turning off all these people. And then the DC brand in general it's just not good right now. Especially after Shazam 2.
Coming right off the heels of that too, Mikey, right?
Now, interestingly, I spoke with an insider who saw Aquaman 2. And what do you think of Aquaman 2, and do you think that it'll do better than Flash? He said, it's trash. It's trash. But it'll do better than the Flash. I'm like, really? Why do you think you said it's trash? Because I thought the first one was trash as well. But if you like the first movie, you will like this movie. They're almost the same. Maybe there's more humor in the second one. Like, that's not even. The streets wants that. But there's less Amber Heard. which is a plus. But he said that Jason Momoa's charm is going to have a lot more pull than Ezra Miller, um, and gets a much more popular actor in general. Goes as far as
He does better with women too, right?
exactly, as long as the general, because he's saying that the DC hardcore DC fans are not going to be really into Aquaman, but the general public will, and that's the difference. Whereas we like the Flash, but the general public they just couldn't get past Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
But Aquaman 2 is going to get that general audience. They're going to get those regular people like, yeah, Jason, let's have some beers with Jason Momoa, you know?
Mhm. Right.
They love
Yeah,
all
and
women, dude. They love Jason.
yeah, it's really unfortunate what happened with this film because it is good, right? But
Yeah.
when you add all these things together,
Yeah.
it really makes sense about
Yeah.
why this happened, why we are where we are now, and why this is going to be what's happening moving forward, right?
Yeah. And so, yeah, Sin Havoc, yeah, I heard about that cut out Black Man. But it doesn't matter to the general public because they just want to see Momoa.
They cut out Black Manta from. Oh my goodness,
Yeah. It's
Mikey, what is?
at this point, right? Who made a
Yeah,
decision?
I don't
Gunn.
even.
Gunn made a decision.
Why wouldn't it be him, right? He the one added George Clooney.
Yeah, it had to have
And
it.
that and that wacky post credit scene.
Yeah. And yeah, Necron, there you go, man. Aquaman 2 is, we were all teasing about Aquaman 2. We thought The Flash would be the big hit. We got to think like a general audience. Aquaman 2 is going to be, it might even be a big hit. Because
Aquaman 1 it was $1 billion film, right?
Yeah. He said they're almost the same movie. So if you like the first film, this movie is not going to offend you. If you didn't like the first movie, you're not going to care for this one either. But it's the same tone. Maybe it has more laughs.
Wacky.
It's wacky.
Wacky. Well, look, hey, Mikey, anything else about this KFCU confirmed that
Well, one more thing, Sky. About a month or so ago, before it was announced that Andy Machine Gun was doing Raven of Old, I was on, I think, on Rogues or something. It all blurs together now, but I said I'm hearing that Raven of Old is a much more upbeat film than your typical They want to differentiate itself from Pattinson Batman. I'm making it lighter, a lighter Batman movie.
Yeah.
I can tell people are gonna cringe in the chat now. And now that you've seen The Flash, that's the kind of tone he's gonna take with the Batman movie. Now I love every scene of Batman, the Batmans in The Flash, but I noticed there were people who did not like the tone of The Flash either. Are you guys ready for a lighter Batman film? Because it's one thing to have The Flash do some of the silly stuff. Like, imagine Batman cracking jokes. Which is exactly what's going to happen.
Hey.
Because it's going to be, it'll be like Kick-Ass, basically. I mean, so... yeah, going forward, guys, you're gonna see a lot of wacky in DCU. The KFCU, I mean, you're gonna see a lot more wacky in there. I know James Gunn was. I'm not sure if you guys saw the Michael Rosenbaum interview. He was like, "Well, these movies should have different tones." You can't trust what he says anymore. You can't. He's been proven a liar several times now, right? And I remember I was telling Sil when I scooped that over a month ago. I said, "Well, it'll be kind of like the Brave and the Bold cartoon," and he was just cringing. Sil was cringing. I'm like, no.
Yo, I've never seen the show, Mikey, but I've seen clips, and yeah, that's a little problematic for me.
It's Silver Age Batman, and the stuff in the Flash that people don't like is Silver Age Flash, like the big Flash head. That's from the Silver Age Flash comic book. You know?
Oh, when he was like peeking through the Speed Force.
That's a tribute to the Flash comic book. Yeah, with the big
Yeah.
hair. Yeah. So, just saying.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's all good, Joe. It's all good because at the end of the day, you know, sell. Or is it still viable? We about to find out in 1 second. Ain't that right, Mikey? Like,
Oh, there you go. There you
right? Because he said silly age Batman. We're like, hey, come on, my
go.
He said silly age Batman. Oh my goodness,
Don't you guys
hilarious.
want to see Ace of Bat Hound? Come on.
All right, let's let me hold up. Let me check these likes before we get to this main topic because let me see what y'all at, man. Let me see if they still playing with the likes right here. They still playing. I don't know if y'all gonna get that last drop, but I'll give y'all this one because we about to come back and cook on this topic. So we'll be right back.
You betrayed him. Your own family.
Oh my God, Mikey. This is it. Right? This is right. This is a question that the people been wanting to know. We was kind of because look, I have no idea what you're about to say, right? And I'm like, hey, I don't know. We might be about to start packing everything up. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, there's nothing else to see here. Sweeping up. You know what I'm saying? They might pull me off the stage. It was one of those like those little Bo Peep canes, right? We're gonna see, but Mikey, the question at the bottom and the question that everybody is asking themselves and that's been being talked about out there in the ether on Twitter and in the atmosphere, right? Is Mikey, did the Flash kill #sell? Right? This is what we here to find out, right?
Yeah. And I was all prepared. If I had to give, and I would have told you first, Guy. I would have told you first, this guy. Time to hang up the cape, and I am here to say no. It did not kill the Cell movement. The Cell movement exists on its own, but I did put out that warning sign with that article a few days ago. I said, look, and you and I have been warning people about this. I said, look, this could be it for the Cell movement. I have the flash bombs. All right. What I've been told, and Sky, I'll tell you more backstage. But what I've been told is that they're really not related, which has surprised me. They said that no, this is actually an irrelevant argument because what killed the Flash was really Ezra Miller. If Ezra Miller didn't have that baggage with him, the film would have done well. It would have done well with Ben Affleck. And so you can't really place the blame on the Snyderverse actors. It was Ezra Miller. So if anything,
Makes sense, Mike.
It will actually could help the Cell movement in terms of Netflix possibly leveraging the price tag by saying, "Look, you have these actors in this film that didn't do very well. You know what I mean? You give us a little bit of a discount here." So there is a potential there for them to leverage this. Because we're talking about the value of the IP, and so there's going to be no bidding war over it. I pretty much doubt it now. But what they're saying, Sky, is that the expectations for Netflix streaming is different than a film. Because you're at home, you're not paying for this ticket to see this film. I mean, to see the Flash, and it costs you about 14, $15. That's a lot of. You bring your family to it. You know what I mean? But sitting down in your house, and all you have to do is a Netflix subscription.
Mikey, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's what makes sense to me. So I don't know, man. I've been saying this. I've been saying this. This is the only way we're gonna get this done, yo.
Yeah.
I've been saying it, yo. Like, I get why, there seemed to be like a pairing of the Flash and the Cell movement, right?
Yeah.
You know, I get that, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you have like these Snyderverse actors in there, and it is like, it's an easy thing to kind of think, right? Like, this movie has to be successful in order to help boost what we were doing with Cell.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we were never directly linked with the Flash movie and the outcome. Like, it was never really like that. And we're just here to say, like, I guess we're gonna keep the lights on, y'all, right? Because they keep Mikey. I keep hearing the Cell movement's dead, Mikey. I keep hearing that, bro. I've been hearing that since January.
Yeah, and it's still not dead, and it still won't die. Restore is dead.
Wait, so that's the part of the fandom that's dead. Okay, I get it. That makes sense though. That actually makes sense. Because they're rebooting. The Flash just flopped, right? You got James Gunn liking tweets saying that Ezra Miller ain't in the DCU.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, right? Like, oh no, I think we charged up and ready to go, Mikey.
It's like this. Reason why I have been ringing the bell on the Flash and its effect on Cell is because I was told that the actors in this movie are in the Snyderverse, right? And they're gonna cost money.
Makes sense.
This movie bombs. It shows a lack of interest in the Snyderverse. But what really did it, Sky, was the fact that it's Ezra Miller's fault.
It's Ezra Miller, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing to do with the property itself. Nothing to do with the execution. People could not get past Ezra Miller. Right. If they had made this into a Batman film with Affleck and Keaton, he would have been huge.
Yeah.
Because there's no Ezra Miller, right? But Ezra Miller is the star of this movie. He's almost in every
star.
He's in every scene. He's in every scene.
Pretty much, yo. Like, he plays multiple versions.
Yeah.
He plays 3 different characters, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't really get around that. That's one of the things that led to the reboot. I mean, them not being able to reshoot all of his scenes, because you would have to reshoot. Like, that whole second act is like them playing 2 parts.
You have to, again, Michael J. Fox and Eric Stoltz. You'd have had to back to the feature the whole thing. The meta is just too much, dude. I can't handle it.
Right? Oh man, that'd have been crazy, right? But this is just one of those things where and I get that, Mikey. I get how the consensus could be like, financially wise, is tied to these characters. But I knew that if this movie didn't do well, it wasn't gonna be because of like the Snyderverse actors, right? Like, I already knew. Like, this movie has so much going against it going into release, right? That it wasn't gonna fall on the actors. It didn't even fall on the quality of the movie, which is weird, right? Because the movie's dope.
Yeah. Well, originally when I wrote that article and I was talking about how this movie is crucial and everything hinges on the Flash, I took the whole Ezra Miller aspect out of the equation, and the person who gave me the warning signal took it out as well. Neither of us were expecting the anti-Ezra Miller movement to be this strong. These people who are against Ezra Miller, Sky, these a lot of parents and stuff, they're not on Twitter. At least they're not on Twitter feeds that you guys follow. Okay, and there is a quiet boycott of Ezra Miller. They're not going to spend money supporting them at all. So it had nothing to do with the lack of interest in the Snyderverse. It had a lack of support being given to Ezra Miller for all the allegations against them. That's really what it was. And so I was talking to very important source who told me, goes, no, because you can't hold that against Snyderverse. You hold it against Ezra Miller. And, you know, when Netflix decides to buy, Ezra Miller is not going to be the star of that movie either. And, you know, it'll be Ben, Henry, and Gal. You know, they will have a supporting role in the film. But they don't have to buy tickets for this thing. It's going to be on the streamer. So they're not going to feel the pain.
The expectation level is completely different, right? Yeah.
Because they can reach. I wouldn't say, you know, it takes a lot of people to see a movie over and over again to make that kind of money, right? But television is different. Okay, your expectation, your level of expectation is different. Your level of engagement is different. Which is why Disney puts some characters on Disney Plus and not in theatrical, even though they spend a lot of money on them as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like She-Hulk.
There you go. An expensive
show.
Yeah.
Expensive show, but they're not gonna, you know, make a She-Hulk movie because they might not get that return on investment, right? ROI.
So I said, so realistically speaking, we could see Nightmare on a stream. Goes, hell yes, and the Flash has nothing to do with it. And he said, when the articles come out about how the Flash didn't do well, you're gonna have your betas blaming Snyderverse, but when the truth is, it's Ezra Miller. Not a lack of interest, you know, in the Snyderverse.
Makes sense. Makes
sense
to me.
Not only that, Sky, but you know, should I say if or when? If and when, you know, Nightmare happens, it'll be better received overall anyway. It certainly won't get a B grade on
right. It won't get a B grade on Netflix, right? And they're ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
By the way, okay. Let me reverse a little bit here about the B grade. So apparently what happened, Sky, is that the early screenings were targeted towards people who were going to who normally like comic book movies. And so you had a really high 95% score on Rotten Tomatoes audience score. Was pretty high. And all of a sudden it started dropping.
That's right up under ZSJL, Mikey, because that was at like 96, I think. 95, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden it became like 86 and just it started to drop pretty badly. And what this film needed, Endgame had like a 95% audience score. That's after the film had been out for a while. It was up in the 90s. But The Flash went down to 86. And I was like, what's going on with this movie? And here's a big problem, Sky. Big problem with The Flash. Even though we enjoyed the film, the general audience got lost during the movie. They did not understand a couple of things. Like a lot of kids, dude, who the hell is that old man at the end?
George Clooney, right? Yeah.
They had no idea. They didn't get the ending at all.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of people haven't seen Batman and Robin, yo. Like that's like people younger than me, they probably won't know who George Clooney is as Batman, 100%, right?
Because it was 26 years ago.
Yeah, because that's when I was young, and and I didn't like that, or I don't like that movie now. Yeah. Apparently, I loved it as a kid, but that movie's terrible.
It's awful. And so, like, I was 29 when that movie came out. You know what I mean? So, um, but they didn't get what the Speed Force was. Then you have people who did see it, just didn't like Ezra Miller as a person. Um, so all of that really brought that rating down to a B. And there is a problem making these movies just too weird for a general audience. Ant-Man and the Wasp kind of maybe had the same issue, which is why it was the lowest rated Marvel film. They just didn't get it. Like, this is just too weird for us, you know.
Right.
And this is why Aquaman is going to do better, because it's stupider. It's just a stupider, very simple story. Aquaman being Momoa, you know, it's going to get a higher rating. Sky, I'm told, even though it's not a good film, it's going to get a higher rating from
We
Momoa.
say even though it's probably a worse movie, it's gonna get a higher rating, right? Like crazy.
It's for Momoa, because he's going to entertain them. They'll understand the plot better. But this movie, it lost people. It really did, and they're not used to seeing the whole time travel thing. Time travel can confuse people. But yeah, and so good news is it's not going to affect Cell whatsoever. I thought it would. I really thought it would.
Unfortunately, y'all, we still in business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm afraid so.
For all y'all that wanted us to just fall by the wayside, you know what I'm saying, and pack it up and grab one of those like little sticks with the little bag on the end, like the hobos carry. You know what I'm saying? Just put it over our shoulder and stick our thumb out and start hitchhiking, right? You got to deal with us for a little bit longer.
Dude, I was all ready to write an autopsy on Cell. Unfortunately, it's bourbon, but it's news. I had to do it. But I was told by a couple of sources from different sides, man, like, no one's even talking about how this would affect a licensing deal for whatever stream. Now, what it does affect is Warner Brothers. No way in hell it's going to happen. Restore's going to happen over there.
Right? Yeah. But look, Mikey, right? Seeing what James Gunn did to this film, right?
Yeah.
I don't want it happening over there.
No. You wouldn't want that anyway, right? So
no, 100% not, right? Because we've seen what promises are worth, Mikey, right? 20 years in Gotham, right? Look, look, Rebel Moon is gonna be sick, yo.
Oh hell yeah!
Matter of fact, that behind the scenes video drop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a stream tomorrow talking about that shit, yo. 100%.
You should. That looks incredible.
100%, right? If it wouldn't have been for night shift tonight, I'd have been streaming about that shit today. You know what I'm saying? 100%. But I was trying to save my energy. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold off. I'm gonna talk about Rebel Moon tomorrow. But yo, we get into it tomorrow. Cause man, Zach, man, never ceases to amaze me. This man dropped my jaw with a behind the scenes video, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Not even we ain't even got a trailer yet.
Yeah.
Barely seen any footage from the movie. First, it was like that 6 seconds. This time, you have the little clip at the end with the ships. Oh my goodness, yo! Right.
I'm so excited about Rebel Moon, man. I can't wait to see it.
Right. Lawlessness said, I bit the bullet and paid to see the Flash. My question about Sky and Mikey, do I have to watch any more? Please say no. Hey, Lawless, you ain't got to do nothing. But look, nah, man. Yo.
You paid your dues, man.
I'm washing my hands of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad that I got this film. I'm going to go see it probably a couple more times just because I want to see Ben and Gal in theaters, you know, like as much as I can, right? And it's a dope movie too. So I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna get it on 4K when it comes out and it's going in the collection. But yeah, no. In terms of like supporting any more of this stuff, nah, I'm good, Joe. This was the last hurrah for a few of Zach's characters, so
Yeah. Well, theatrically.
theatrically, yes. Let me make that distinction because it is theatrically. You know what I'm saying? Like, because y'all already know what's going on. Right. Zero said, does Mikey know Netflix giving Rebel Moon a worldwide global theatrical release? I know it's a limited release, Mikey. I don't know if it's global though.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything global. Limited, yeah. Not global.
Yeah. Like last time with Army of the Dead, yeah, it was in like certain theaters and it was like one weekend, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You know, but I made sure.
Well, you're in LA. You're in the area, the right area.
Hey, I'm seeing whatever. Like I'm seeing whatever, bro.
How awesome would that be to watch on the big screen? Oh my god!
Right. I'm seeing Oppenheimer the way it's meant to be seen. They only have 30 theaters nationwide, Mikey, that's playing Oppenheimer the way that it's supposed to be seen.
Wow.
And 2 of them are in LA.
Of course they would be. How many directors are going to be in that theater watching it with you too? You never know.
Oh yeah, he said yes. He said theatrically, right? Yes, I would gladly support anything for the movement. Well, lawlessness, going over to intothepeople.com/salesdsjl. You know what I'm saying? For anybody that wants to support that Martian Manhunter design and the Justice League Red will be running through the rest of the month. So you guys make sure to head on over there and cop one right now. Because they're dope and they are designed by the one and only Noel Leon Flores, the world-renowned visual artist.
Incredible artist. My DreamWalker
right.
partner.
Oh, he said already done. Hey, look, you say no more though, right? Right. Said Mikey and Sky, what do you think wins, Barbie or Oppenheimer?
That's a great question.
I don't know.
Total opposite audiences there, but Oppenheimer's gonna kill everything inside. They're gonna nuclear annihilate everything.
Man,
Barbie has flop written all over it, man. This is gonna flop so bad.
I feel it.
Margot Robbie can't do a hit, man. Their only film that hit was Wolves of Wall Street, and that was because of DiCaprio. And then you had Suicide Squad because Will Smith.
Yeah. Right. Hey, but apparently she ain't going nowhere in the DCU, right, Mikey? So you're probably gonna get more. Hey, I don't know. There's some wacky stuff. Man,
we're rebooting everything except for the ones I'm working on. Okay.
Right. Oh my goodness, yo, that is dope. So look, Mikey, anything else that you want to say? Because I know that a lot of people were expecting a eulogy for the sale movement. You know what I'm saying? But
I was gonna call a priest, guy. I was gonna call a priest and give the last rites, man. But no, I was knocked down. I was like, I was getting ready. My bourbon article was, was starting to put the spice inside the article. Then nope, I was told it's still alive. So,
hey, we still here and breathing, right? So, man.
Everything they told me made sense. That it has nothing to do with the Snyderverse. Doesn't destroy it, but I'll.
So I guess I can breathe easy for 24 more hours, right?
So Sky, make sure you give invitations to the cool table to join us in the after show.
And I will let them know right now. You guys are gonna want to have this. The things I left out. You want to go? The director's cut. The director's cut of Night Shift. We about to get the Snyder cut of Night Shift, Mikey. Like,
cut, right? All the deleted scenes and everything. All the stuff I can't tell you. Oh my god, it's fun stuff. But yeah, I was expecting to have a very depressing weekend because once I heard the 73% male, I'm like, oh shit, it's not gonna look good. Um, so I made some calls and can't believe sometimes Sky, the most obvious is the answer, right? Um,
Right?
it was right in front of us. It was Ezra Miller the whole time.
Hey, it's all good though,
It was
right?
it was Ezra all along. There you go. It was Ezra all along.
It was Ezra all along. Look, I want to thank all y'all for coming out. It's been a wonderful, wonderful stream. I
Yeah,
want to thank the homie Mikey for coming through.
anytime.
Always bringing that gangster fire. You know what I'm saying?
Could have been a
Always
depressing
bringing
night,
it.
bro.
Hey, it could have got real depressing
Oh shit, man.
at the end, but it didn't. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we gonna see, right? Look, much love to everybody. Y'all make sure that y'all smash that like button, right? What you got coming up soon, Mikey, that you want to let the people know about?
GeekOffTheMag.com got a bunch of articles. They're coming out pretty soon. That's all I have for now. See you guys on Thursday. Next night shift.
For sure. Yep. I'll probably be tapping in with y'all tomorrow with this Rebel Moon stream. Yeah, and just stay tuned because we got a lot coming, right? I want to thank all y'all for coming through tonight. We about to get on up outro.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Y'all be easy. Peace.
So, I'm gonna get some water, Sky, and I'll be in the after show after.
He getting a water break before
Of course,
backstage.
man. Oh, you know it's big.
Oh my God.
Let's see.
All right, y'all. We outro. Peace.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream and the real one?